Okay, first of all, officially welcome to the webinar to learn more about B-School. I am going to go through some slides to show you a little bit more about it, and I'm going to be here to answer any questions and also just want to share with you, of course, my experience with it. So thank you so much for your time. I know that it's precious. I take that very seriously. I know my time is very precious, your time is precious, so I'm so excited to have you guys here, and I hope that you get a lot from it and take note. You can always put questions in the chat box or ask me. So I am going to, give me 1 second, I'm going to share my screen. Here we go, so that you can see. Yay, so you should see me in the upper box, but that's not the important part. Awesome, we have one more person. Let me make sure I'm admitting everybody. Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. So let me get started. We're just going to go back up here. Hold on 1 second. And okay, so with B-School, here's the thing about B-School. It's an online program created by Marie Forleo. Marie, for those of you who are not as familiar with her, I have been actually watching and part of her Marie TV for the last 6 years. She's been one of the impetus for me leaving my day job and starting my own business. I would literally watch it every Tuesday and close the door and then work on my website. And frankly, and I'll get into this, I wish I had known about and done B-School earlier, because it would have really helped me big time with setting up my business. It's an online program. You have it for life. And it's, she's been named by Oprah as the next thought leader of our generation. I got to meet with her and speak with her about a week and a half ago, and she's just so genuine and so real. And she has created this online program to really help you. So even if you have a brick and mortar business or it's an online business, product, service, to really be able to create an online presence, market what you're doing, sales, all of that, but in a way that's really authentic. That's why I love her. So, okay, we're going to get started. So the thing is, many of us know in our gut that it's time to take the leap. And I know for some of you on the call, because I've talked to you, that you might be about to make that leap. You just made the leap. Maybe you've been in business for a year or two and you're just getting started. But I want to say that this point of making that leap takes a lot of courage. I know for me, it was, I knew in my gut that it was time, and it was scary. And you're trusting and you're going out on a ledge and in a way and trusting the net's going to appear when you leap. And so what we're talking about today with B-School is really helping you, regardless if you're in the beginning or you already have a business, how to create a business that's really not just successful, that's going to make an impact in the world. That's what's really important to me. So you're at a place, in your gut, it's time to take the leap. I want to just get in right away. Some of the biggest takeaways for me, everybody is different. So you're listening to me, my experience with it. One of the areas, I got a master's degree in coaching. I have a background in 12 certifications in leadership and health and well-being and coaching. But what I never got was how to literally run a business that is going to make a difference and that's going to be impactful. And so one of the things that I got was, hold on 1 second, let me just go back. I allowed someone in and I think I just went to the wrong slide. Okay, so copywriting, learning how to write copy that would engage my tribe, but that was also authentic and that was powerful. So one of the main takeaways for me was copywriting. Another huge area that she goes into is understanding what she calls your ICA. You will know that like no one else. ICA stands for Ideal Customer Avatar. And you really get clear, crystal clear, who your ideal customer is, your target audience. This is really important. I'll explain to you in a minute why, and why when I was not doing this, what happened, and then when I got clear. She has a ton of what she calls fun sheets. And we'll go through the modules. I'm going to go through everything with you, but just to give you the high level, what I got, this is like just this and so much more. And then with the website, learning how to create not just a website that's engaging, but that also is authentic and feels like me. It's our stamp on the web. And I would love to be in person if I could and if I can, but your website is really it's kind of like your signature. So, how to create a website, SEO, how to do it in a way that's going to be engaging, that's going to also get more traffic and more people to come, that's going to attract the people you want. There is a whole module on websites. And then the other big takeaway for me is offerings, how to create offerings that are targeted, that are what the people in my tribe want, that people in your tribe want, and then how to craft those, what to sell them at, what the price point is, how to write them. Like, I had no freaking clue how to do that. Not that my master's in coaching program wasn't wonderful, but we didn't go through any of this. I didn't know how to do this online. I had no idea. So those are some of my big takeaways. And next, what I want to talk about is, so some of the things I'm going to bring up is, B-School is right for you, and just list some of the things I think are really important to know. And then, of course, at the end, any questions, anything that I didn't answer, you, of course, take notes and let me know. So I think B-School is right for you if you already have a business, but it doesn't look exactly what you thought it would. So you have a business, it's going well, but you feel like it could be at a next level. You feel like there is way more room to grow, to expand. That's actually where I was. I took this when I was already 2 years in my business. I really wish I had taken it earlier, but that's okay. It is what it is. So it was very powerful when I did go through B-School and then started to adapt a lot of what I was learning and reading and the worksheets and activities. So I believe it's definitely right for you if you already have a business, but you want to take it to the next level. I just want to give you a little sense of what, like, kind of the before B-School for me, and then what happened after taking it. So for me, I would say before B-School, like, frankly, my copywriting skills, to just be frank, kind of sucked. I didn't know how to write in a way. For me, being authentic is the most important thing, to get intentional. And I really want to help people. I want to be of service. And to keep in mind, it's still a business, right? So everyone on this webinar, I'm assuming, you have a business for a reason. You're living into your passion. But that "and" statement's really important. I mean, we all hopefully want to be successful. So you want to be, authentic and make a difference and serve and be successful and profitable. I think they both go together. Actually, that was one of the things I realized, is that those can be in the same space. It's that "and" statement. So my copywriting skills, knowing how to share things in a way that was going to be impactful, that they were not so great. And I definitely learned that. There's a whole piece on copywriting, which is very helpful. I frankly had no idea how to put offers together. I would have, coaching packages and offerings, but they were not logical or strategic, or I didn't have the framework or the experience or the background to understand how to create those in a way that would be both profitable and also make sense, and frankly have me doing what I love. So I definitely got a ton about offerings. And then, all right, this is kind of funny. I don't know if you can write in the chat box, but how many of you, when starting out, maybe you're like this? So for me, and I actually had this when I wrote my book too. There's a whole story about that for another day. But, for me, I thought my ideal customer, my ideal client, my ideal tribe member was anyone and everyone. Seriously, like anyone that wants to take their life to the next level, that wants to get past roadblocks. I thought, okay, anybody. Well, that actually is the opposite of what she goes through, and really has you right out the gate go into niching down and focusing on specifically who your ICA, your ideal customer avatar, is. She has you do it in a way that is very in-depth and specific. And I have to say, it made a huge difference, because I started to realize, oh, okay, so my ideal customer is not just women, but I have a whole idea now of, the age group, and what are they doing? What do they like? And what are they interested in? And you'll get way more than that. But that was really big for me. With my book, I had the same thing. I had this book with a pink cover thinking it's for anybody. And it's not. I mean, it is for anyone. It is for men too, but it is geared towards women. So anyhow, I had really thought that it was anyone and everyone, and I learned really quickly that's not the case. And so there's a whole section on that helps you kind of get very clear who you're targeting, who you're working with, who you want to serve. For me, just to share a little bit in terms of where I was in my business before B School, I felt like I was literally hustling, working my butt off, like I mean, you could call it burning the midnight oil, whatever you want to call it, whatever metaphor works for you. I just felt like I was constantly working on creating business and opportunities, but with not a huge return financially. Things were okay, but it's like I was spending a lot of energy in ways that could have been channeled. And frankly, what B School helped me a lot with is to say no. This is a big one for me. I've learned to say no and to stick to what I'm really good at, what I love to do, and kind of staying in that niche place. So there is a whole piece about that. And that was really important for me because I was the big, anyone and everyone and saying yes. So I don't know if you relate to that, then that might be something for you as well. One of the other things that it helped me to do, Marie really, really focuses on helping you to focus. As I said, getting your niche. I'm not even really doing it justice. She gets you to look at, she definitely pushes you, but getting your message and strategies and creating a roadmap, but to really focus. And she's a big, big fan, as am I, of saying no, like not just saying yes because it's an opportunity. That was a big learning for me. So some of the B School good stuff that I would say, and again, I'm just highlighting some of it. One of the things she is very big into what she calls Go Pro. So the idea of kind of getting big and getting going, meaning don't sit on the way, don't wait on the sidelines, like go jump into the deep end of the pool. Go for it, and when you're focused on who you're serving and your market and your target audience, and then once you have your offerings, to really go for it. And that was really helpful for me in just having that confidence and courage. The other thing, hold on one second. Yay. There is a friend who's just joined us. Hello, Alyssa. The other thing she does, I'm a big fan of swiping stuff, swipe goodness. So what that means is there are tons. Hold on one second, everybody. A couple more people joining us. And I'm just checking the chat line. Okay, so let me go back. Hold on, everybody. My apologies. Yeah, there's a lot. There's over, I don't know, probably 50 different kinds of worksheets. She calls them fun sheets that you can use and adapt. They've been so helpful in my business. It's not that I copy them, but I use them as a guide, as an inspiration. And these are files. She has, B School now, by the way, has over 140 countries. There are people from 140 countries in B School. She's got something like, I want to say a couple million have gone through it. And when you're part of B School, you're part of this community and the Facebook community, and it's incredible. It's really supportive and loving and strong. And so, there are people that share all the time about how it's helping them to change their business. So you get all of these really good files, and then your offer. This was a big one for me, just how to design offers that are, for me, the most important word there is authentic. Like, it had to feel right and authentic to me. And then that also convert. I don't love that word, but really what it means is that, again, it's a business. It's a business that you create out of your heart and out of passion and out of purpose. So, if I have something I really believe in, then I really want people to buy it or to have my services because I feel like it's going to make a difference. And she is excellent at helping you to really craft your offer. So B School is right for you. These are just little prompts to think about because I know we're all coming from different places. So if you have a strong feel for what you want to do, but you don't have a business yet. So I know there are a couple of you that have joined us that, you have some ideas. You might have an idea that you're really thinking about, but you haven't even started that business yet. I said when we started, I really wish that I had enrolled when I started my business. It would have saved me a lot of time and frankly, a lot of other investment and resources. However, that's okay. I didn't. And, everything works out the way it's supposed to, but it would have been very, very helpful. And so if you're kind of that person that's just about to start a business or you're thinking about it, then I would say, F yeah, definitely you want to do this. It will help you so much. So the other thing, bonuses to do right away. One of the things I would say is if you choose to enroll in B School, you're going to get actually a pre-module, and the bonus to do right away, it's called Start the Right Business. And I just want to say that that was one of the most important things for me. It's even before you get all of the 6 modules that she gives you and the other bonuses. It really gets you to look very, very, very carefully at the business that you're in, and is that the right business? It asks you tons of questions. It gives a lot of information to make sure that you are starting the right business for the right reasons. So I really recommend, just make a note. If you do decide to do this, I would do that first right away. Don't wait. Even if you decide to pace yourself out, like I took a while to do B School, and I'll talk about that. I did not do it in the weekly fashion. I didn't have the time. So just make a note if you do decide to do it, do Start the Right Business right away. It was really, really, really powerful. All right. Well, one thing to know is I am an affiliate this year. I'm really, really honored. I would have shared this program anyhow, but I am helping to promote it because I believe in it, and it's literally shifted my business. And so I have a little bonus. Yay. And so if you do decide to enroll, the link to use is right here. It's really easy. It's just my name, julieriesler.com/bschool. And then you will get, I have a bonus for everybody. You know, my whole thing is about being your youest you, about really expressing your purpose and passion and who you came to the planet to be. So I have a course called Hungry for More, which is pretty intensive. It has the 6 H's of hunger. It's not about food per se, but it's about what we're really hungry for in life. And I'm going to gift that to you, and that is worth $300. I have my book and my journal, which I will, if you want, send you a copy of it signed. Yay. And I also have a manifesto, and I have some other worksheets. And then I have a 7-day self-love meditation series. And yeah, so anyone that chooses to sign up today, I'm also, I just decided this morning I'm going to do a 30-minute coaching session with you, because I want to know how it's going. You're doing B School and hear how it's working in your life. So I will add 30-minute coaching session for anyone that, if you want to sign up today, if that works for you. So that's the link if you decide to enroll. And here it is again. What you should know about the payment of B School. So there are 2 ways that you can pay for the program. You can either do the one time, it's $19.99, or 12 monthly payments of $199. And I believe if I was really good at math, I could tell you this. I want to say it's like a $369 difference if you do decide to do the payment all at once. So that's just for you to know. If this feels like a good fit, I just wanted you to have all that info right up front. It's also, it's yours for life. I want to say that I'm actually going to be doing B School again this year because she updates it every year. And you're in the community for life. It is such a worthwhile investment. We'll get into this more later, but I don't know for any of you out there that are program junkies. I've done a lot of online courses and programs. And first of all, I think she could be charging way more. But secondly, it is so worth it. I mean, this is like nothing I've taken before. So anyhow, and I told you about the bonuses, which it's just about being your USU. That's the whole focus. So when you join, if you join B School through my link, then all of those bonuses will go to you. And I'm going to release them after B School starts because I think it can be a little overwhelming to get it all at the same time. Okay, so if you choose to do it, what I want to share, this is from me to you. This is something that I decided right away and made a big difference, is that I chose to do this at my own pace. It is a very intensive, interactive program. I'm being very honest. There is a lot of content, a lot of material. It's not for the faint of heart. I, at that time last year or a year and a half ago, was already, I was working and traveling and speaking, whatever. I had a lot going on and I could not do it every week. Plus I have kids. For those of you with children, it didn't work. So I just allowed myself the space in the room. You get a new module every week and I would preview it, but I set times in my calendar and I did it at my own pace. And frankly, some of it I went back a couple months later. That's the nice thing, is you can go back over and over again. So just if you're going to do it, definitely go through your own pace. I want to share this with you. If you choose to enroll, there is a 2-module action taken guarantee, is I think how she calls it. So you test drive the first 2 modules. And if you don't feel like you got if you don't feel like you got what you feel like you should have gotten, then you can get a full refund. So I just want everyone to know that. I think that's really awesome. There also is a scholarship fund. And it's up to you if you feel like you're in that category. But if you are, let me know and I can get you the email. There is a scholarship fund also. So yeah, if you test drive it and by March 18th, if you don't feel like you got the value, then you can get a refund, which is great. Okay. So I just want to share a little bit because I know money often comes up. It comes up for me anytime I want to do any program or group or personal development. So I'm just going to address this and then any questions you have later. I will say that I'm a big believer in investing in myself and investing in my learning and my personal and professional development. So, it costs something to do that. What I want to share is I almost didn't join this in part because of the money. I had just signed up for a mastermind. I was doing another program, another certification, and I already had a business. So I was thinking, what the heck am I doing? I feel like I keep spending money. You have to decide if this is right for you. And I cannot tell you that. I'm a big fan of, being stretched a little is fine. It was a stretch for me to do it, but and I almost didn't do it. I mean, literally the day before I signed up the day before, but something, like working for that and having it be a stretch, to me, it's like you got skin in the game. When you put money down, when I've gotten things for free, I just don't usually do them. I just had a friend who sent me a course and I felt bad. I haven't even done it. I think part of it is because I didn't really invest in it. But I'd say this to you, if this is going to affect you putting food on the table or, being able to pay your bills, and I don't think that you should do this program. I mean, you need to know that it might be a stretch. It was a stretch for me, but I did it and I knew that I could make it work somehow. So you got to think about where you are in that realm. The other thing, I call it program junkie guilt. So I wish you could raise your hands because I'm guessing some of you on there are like me. Seriously, I love learning. I'm a curious individual. I always love to be my best self and to learn as much as possible. And so I've done a lot of programs and had a moment of like, what am I doing? But I will say, and frankly, if you talk to others that have done B school, I think you'll find the same response. It is so beyond anything I've taken and done and helped me so much in my business. It's just not funny. So if you're in that camp, I get it. I just want to say I understand the program junkie guilt because I have that a lot. And the other thing is just naysayers. I mean, I'm a big believer in life. There are going to be people that don't agree or that are negative or have a negative mindset. And you got to be able to be confident in who you are and what you're here to do and your purpose. And so if you feel it's right and there are others that are kind of, not in that same place, I would just try to I call it staying in your happy bubble. Mine is sparkly and pink, but I like to think of myself in my bubble. And clearly, if you need to talk to your spouse or partner about it, then you should. That's not what I'm saying. But if there are people, I don't know, I definitely had some people that were like, Julie, you've done so many certifications, you've done why are you doing this? And I knew in my gut that this was the right thing for me. So just, if you choose to do it, basic. This is funny. So one of the things, I think I misspelled this, but so Marie talks about putting down the Compeerschlager drink. Compeerschlager, that's supposed to be what a Compeerschlager drink would look like. So she's, first of all, funny as shit. And throughout the entire course, like brilliant, witty, funny, and makes it fun and engaging, and talks about, comparing yourself. So one of the areas for me is, I like to say it like staying in your own lane. I don't know if anyone on the webinar can agree or understand, but I'm guessing maybe you've all had this moment of time where, you look at what else someone else is doing, and it can be a bit of a confidence downer. And there's a whole piece, what I love is there's a whole piece about this, about not comparing. And I found it to be just a really a great confidence boost in a very natural, organic way. So she talks about putting the compare schlatter drink down, which I really like. Okay. B School is right for you if you are not super thrilled with your current job, but are a wee bit scared to take the leap. So if you're in a job right now and you're thinking of leaving, so that's where I was when I wish I had taken this. But it's absolutely a great place to be, to take this course if you're in that spot, because it will help you big time get really, really clear. Like that first module I said, start the right business right out of the gate. That's like a bonus pre-module. Let me just ask, any questions? How's everyone doing? Because I know I am talking to you. Normally, I would make this way more interactive. If you have any questions, I'm going to get to them. But if there's anything like a burning desire, please let me know. I can see in the chat box. Okay. So B School is right for you. I would say if you're looking to improve your content creation, your product creation, we talked about offerings, building your list. She does a huge amount on building your list. Hold on, everybody. Oops. So you're definitely going to go into that in much, much greater depth. And then rebranding your site, doing your website. Doing B School was instrumental. I redid my website and had a ton more. I mean, it was a game changer for me. I was able to use what I learned and come to the table when I redid my brand and my website with everything I learned. I mean, I don't know where I'd be if I hadn't done that. And having a website, as we said early on, it's kind of your signature. So, I'd say it's important. It's not everything, but you obviously want it to represent you and to feel authentic. Okay, so B School is right for you, even if you have experience in online marketing but want to make a bigger impact and more money. I'm going to be really honest here. I am not an expert in online marketing, not even close. I feel like I got an incredible foundation. I know some of you on here might feel like you are experienced. And what I would say is, I think I said earlier, I'm going to be doing B School again. You have lifetime access, and she updates it every single year. And so I'm going to be doing it again this year. This is one of the areas for me. I'm still learning about online marketing, but what I love about Maria's approach is she is really genuine and authentic without being pushy and salesy. To be honest, like I'm still learning how to do that. I feel like I'm getting my sea legs and how to be, to share authentically, but it's still a business, right? Like I think all of us have big hearts and want to make an impact that's significant. So how do you do that? That for me was sort of the hang up. Like, how do I do that in a way that is true to me, but also gets the word out and that gets people involved and interested? Because in the end, I mean, I believe in anything that I create or am selling, I believe in. I wouldn't do it otherwise. Because part of what we go through is saying no. I say no to things that don't feel authentic and don't resonate. So that was huge for me, is the online marketing piece. And I was talking to someone earlier. I am helping out at the Georgetown coaching, their program, and we're going to look at how to create your own business. And I know in my own coaching program, we didn't go through this. Like I did not, I learned how to coach people, but I did not learn how to market what I'm doing on an online platform. And even if you have, a brick and mortar, an office, this is still hugely important. You still want to have some sort of presence, I would think, on the web. Unless maybe if you're with the FBI or something, and then you may not. Okay, so I would say to pass on B School. So this is the thing. I want to be really clear. This was something I know for me, I was I knew right away going in what it would be and what it wouldn't be. So if you're looking for one-on-one coaching or time with Marie, that's not going to happen. Although she does do weekly webinars and calls that are live and she answers your questions. That was very helpful and very cool. But you're not going to get one-on-one coaching with her because there are thousands and thousands of people in B-School. You will be part of a community, but you're not going to get that one-on-one coaching. So that I just want to let you know that. If you feel like you are super advanced or an expert at online marketing, if anyone on this webinar feels that way, then it may not be for you. I would say if you're experienced, there's sort of there's a little bit of a difference. Like if you've studied online marketing and gone to, been certified and gone to conferences and you studied that in a program or certification, then this may not be for you. I would still say you actually could get a ton from it, but the online marketing piece wouldn't be as helpful. If you're, this makes me laugh because honestly, when I was first taking this, I had a lot going on and I would watch the videos and I printed the fun sheets and I was like, all right, I'm going to get to them. And then I came back and I did them. The thing is, this program is definitely for those that want to take action and you got to be a learner. So when I started to fill out the sheets, it's a whole different ballgame than just printing them, clearly. It definitely is for, I think for people that want to, I assume most of you, want to take action, want to learn. Another thing about B-School that I would say that was sort of an unexpected surprise for me that I'm still working through. Frankly, I'm always trying to find balance. Marie, I just want to say after talking to her and doing my interview with her and getting a sense of her and she lives and breathes this, how to have balance in your work and life, how to have fun and play. So if you're looking for that, there's a whole piece on that. And then, my course, Hungry for More, is all about finding balance and finding connection and self-love. The whole USU thing, that's definitely going to be part of it. But my program is not part of B-School, but you will get that with her. So if you're looking for more balance in work and life, she goes through that. And I just want to say what I love is this girl is so the real deal. She's totally living out what she's talking about, which is inspiring to me as a, multi-passionate entrepreneur who's figuring out as I go. It's really, really helpful to have somebody who's doing it and doing it well. She's so successful and so genuine. So the balance piece is really, really important. Okay, so I'm noticing we're 30 minutes in. We're almost through the slides, and then I can answer your questions. Okay, everybody, this is the overview to give you a sense, because you've probably been okay, what am I actually going to get? What are the modules? So module 1, you can read as I talk, is going to be map your profit-making, world-changing plan. And you are going to just get super, super clear how to do that. And so this is called the profit plan. That's module 1. Module 2 is about websites. It's creating a website that converts and sells, even if you have a website. So I have a new website, and I'm going to go through this again because I know that there are things I probably missed that I can go through and add. Module 3 is all about communication. This was probably one of my favorite modules. I, as you can tell, love to talk and speak and communicate, and writing in a way that conveys who you are is a skill and an art. I frankly had a little sense of it, but she goes through this in a very brilliant way. I actually took her course earlier. It's called the Copy Cure. And what is awesome is she weaves almost all of it into B-School. So, because I took it before when I'd started my business, and then I saw almost the exact, she weaves a lot of it in. So you're going to get, that for me was one of my favorite modules. I got so much in how to create copy that is genuine and that also is going to make an impact. Module 4 is about list building. It's about increasing your traffic, growing your list, and amplifying your reach. I am still working on this. To be really candid, for the first couple of years, I was working more on my business, doing consulting and speaking, and not as much building my online presence. And so this is one that I've been taking on. I will definitely be going through this again as well. But she's very specific in helping you to create to grow your list, which I don't know who doesn't want to do that to some degree. It's a way to communicate and stay connected to your tribe of people. So, and frankly, to share and sell whatever you're offering. So that's number 4. 5 is all about offerings, and that's creating raving fan customers with outstanding offers. Again, another one of my favorites. I feel like they're all kind of my favorites, but this was super helpful. Like, how do I create a structure of offers? And she does this in a way, it gives you the breakdown. And I'll give you a couple other things that have really helped me. And then lastly, module 6 is marketing. So it's really about mastering timeless marketing to maximize sales and profits. Again, you know, for me, I was really worried. The idea of being salesy and pushy makes me want to vomit. Like, even doing this webinar, I hope everyone, whether or not you decide to do this, like, I hope you can feel I'm just really passionate, enthusiastic about this program, and hopefully it's not feeling salesy, because that is like the last thing I'd want to do. I do not like when that's done, and I'm part of that. And so what I've loved about this program is it helps you take your gifts, your offerings, what you're here to do in the world, and then to do that in a way that's impactful, and to get people to subscribe and to be part of your community and to buy into what you're doing, and eventually, hopefully, hire you, you know, whether it's through a course or coaching or consulting or speaking or whatever, or a mastermind or counseling, like whatever you're doing, the goal is to do more of it. I would think anyone who's on this webinar, you feel pretty passionate about what you do. And I know most of you, because I know you, you know, you chose to, or are choosing to do your own business, even if it's on the side, because you believe in yourself and you believe in it. So for me, what I just friggin' loved is that this was done in a way that helps you to be authentic and genuine, and to also to have more sales and make more of an impact. So anyhow, that's my overview of the 6 modules. And so bonuses and goodies, holy crap. So this is the part I actually found a little overwhelming, because you have so much material and content. This is where I was like, I am not even going to look at that until I'm done with the first 6 modules. She has a ton of bonuses. She has one on SEO. She has one on how to work with influencers and become more involved with influencers. She's got some of the top people in the field. I believe Joe Polish, I believe Danielle Laporte, Chris Carr. She's got all these people that come on and share some of their stories and their expertise. So the bonuses are awesome. Really, really powerful. And yeah, and then also, of course, I have some bonuses too if you sign up with me. So happy to share those too. Okay, you guys, that was, I feel like, quite a bit in the last 35 minutes. There's a little bit more I want to share, but I think before I do that, I just want to open the floor. So I am going to, let me stop the sharing so I can see the questions. I am going to open up, you should be able to, if you notice there's a chat box, and I'm going to unmute you so that if you have questions, hopefully, and you can of course mute yourself if you don't want to, for any reason, speak. Okay, so anyone have any questions? What can I answer for you? Anybody? Cricket. Okay. If you don't have a question that you want to say verbally, you can also add it in the chat box as well. You notice at the bottom there's a little chat box, but I'm going to keep it open in case there's any questions.
Julie, I have a question.
Yeah, of course.
Hi, how are you? It's Taris. How are you?
Hi, Taris. Great. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me. It's an honor, really, learning all this information. It's wonderful. So I heard that you guys, and I apologize for the banging in the background. Our street is having construction work done on it. But I saw how, I guess you had a lot of, or the B School has a lot of web stuff that's being done. But is there any type of strategy for moving your business forward? Not all computer based. You know, not with webs, not with CEOs, SEOs, marketing, web marketing.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you have a business is it a brick and mortar business or?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And actually on her website, there's a ton of people that have gone through that have yoga studios that have, I just spoke to a woman who she uses flowers for healing. Like she has a shop with flowers and travels around doing events with them. I mean, yeah, so you definitely, here's the thing is that my sense is that even if if you have a brick and mortar, you have a shop, whatever it is that you have, my guess is you'd probably still want some sort of online presence, right? Something.
Yeah, yes, and I do have it, but
Yep.
where I'm looking to strengthen
Yep.
is, I guess combining. I mean, my office is in a spa, in the back of a spa, so nobody knows that I'm there.
Yes.
So I want to make that presence greater,
Yes.
as well as my online presence.
Yes. 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 Okay. So, for example, the module that's all about communication is fantastic and will help you even just how to craft what you're saying, so a lot of the exercises are going to get you to think creatively and out of the box. Like I'm not even doing it justice, but I would say absolutely, even if so for example, you want people to know that you're there, and literally physically there, not just like on the web there, but physically, right?
Yeah.
Right. And so there's like a whole, like in the communication section, there are tons and tons of questions and activities around getting your message out. And that's not always online, right? Like, how do you even, like doing your offerings, doing a special, like how do you do that in a way that's going to be modern, that's going to get people's attention, but also genuine and authentic? So you definitely, it's not like only for those that have an online platform and that only want an online, presence. Absolutely not.
Okay. Awesome.
Did
Thank
that
you.
help? Did that answer your question?
Yes, kind of. I guess just knowing my situation,
Yeah.
that I'm like a hidden entity within this this huge brick and mortar.
Yeah.
I'm just looking to strengthen my name
Yeah.
when the owners of the facility won't really let me. Like,
Okay.
I've been there for a year and a half, and like slowly they're allowing me to. But if I could present to them
Yeah.
stuff where they're like, wow, where's this girl getting this information? Where is she thinking of, like, where is she getting this from to possibly do like nutrition workshops in the studio, or they have a 9,000 person client base. So I want to get in contact with that 9,000 person client base.
Yes.
So I just
Yes.
want to approach them to where they look at me as an asset and they want my name to be known.
Yeah, I totally get it. So one of the things I would think for you, it's building your list, right? And so I don't know if you have, in terms of whatever web presence you have, building your list. So when people come, you have a way of collecting their information and then sharing specials, ways to make yourself frankly, it sounds like being kind of a leader in that community, to be someone that people look up to or want to come back to. And that's one really good way is, I mean, again, she goes into this like 10,000 more times more depth, but building that list where you have people that have come, that keep coming back, and you can show statistically, like I have this group of people that are interested in what I'm doing. And if we partner together, it could affect you as well, type of thing. But
Right.
I do think with the offerings, the module on offerings, the module on marketing, the module on communication, and list building, all of those. And remember, the way she does it, there's like 4 to 5 videos per module. Then there's like a whole fun sheet. Then there's an overview of notes. I mean, it's in depth. It's going to have you work through your business and come up with ideas. And you start the right business. So you would, even though you have one, you'd still want to go through that.
Okay, smart. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Of course.
And yes, that helped.
Okay, good. Yeah, no, please. Okay. Is start the right business a compliment or a duplicate? No, it's a compliment. It's part of B School. So start the right business is like, before you get into the whole foundational 6 modules, it's going to, even if you have a business, like I know my business, yet it gets you to get very specific. And also, frankly, it really focuses on your why. not as much, I would say, your how, but that bonus it's like a pre-bonus, helps you with your why and your what a little bit. And then you go through all of B School to do, again, as I said, all of the website communication, list building, offerings, marketing. Did that answer? I don't know if that answered your question, Laura. Let's see.
Yeah, okay. It did. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, yeah, sure. This is so funny. I can see you all, but hopefully this is working for you. You got to love Zoom and technology. I feel like you're here with me. See, I have my little "Don't Quit Your Daydream" mug. Don't quit your daydream, no matter what you do, whether you do B School or not. Because, one of the things she talks about is the world needs all of us to be expressing our gifts and talents and passions, and I agree. All right. Any other questions? Anyone who's on the phone?
So, Julie, I have one more question, and I don't know. I know that there's no right answer to this question, and you said you can take it at whatever pace you want. But if you wanted to keep up and get it done on a week-by-week basis, how many hours would you schedule? Like if I'm trying to kind of schedule my work week and things like that.
Yeah. So I am not a fast mover. I am more of a turtle versus the hare. So my answer is going to be, it took me a while because I was looking at the sheet and answering and watching the videos. I do think keeping up is a good idea because she, again, does these live calls every week. You're part of a community. That's something, you guys, and I'll get to your question, something that is so invaluable. I know there's a lot of Facebook groups out there. This one is badass because let me just make sure. Somebody is okay, good. This one is very powerful because you're communicating with other entrepreneurs. You can show your ideas. If you're writing a book, you can show your cover. You can, Terrace, you could throw out to the group, hey, I have this question or this issue. What do you think? So I've done that a lot and gotten a lot of ideas. You have like a support group that have all done B School and that are doing it with you. So I just want to say that's one of the things that's probably one of the biggest benefits that I didn't even realize until frankly doing it. But Laura, I think to your question, I would say each module got on the low end, probably 4 hours. For me, it took between 6 to 8 per module. But again, I watched it and went through and went back. The videos are typically between 10 minutes and 40 minutes. And there's usually about 4 to 5 per module. So I would say if you give yourself on a modest, 4 hours, I think you probably could do it in 4 hours a week, 3 to 4 hours a week. I know some people have done it in less time, like 2 to 3. I am slow and I'm methodical and I go back. And so what I did is I gave myself like an entire Saturday. Frankly, I started at 8 a.m. and just went 8 hours. And then I did a lot of journaling in between. So again, I don't think I'm that's the best answer for you, but I would say probably 3 to 4 hours at the minimum. Was that helpful?
Yeah, thank you. So I was just trying to get myself off mute.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, these are great questions, you guys. I love answering anything. I have to say, I've never had the honor of doing anything like this before for another program. And there's a friend of mine, I've been talking about Marie for like the last 6 years. She's like, Eric, you're on the phone. I've been talking about Marie for so long. Like, she is my girl. I love her. And what I want to say is you have to check in with your gut and see what's right. In the end, I always believe that, like, you got to do what feels right for you. If you're on the fence and you're not sure, all I'm going to say is that it was one of the best decisions I made in my business. Wish I had done it earlier. And what I'm loving is I'm going to do it again this year. So anyone who's doing it, I'll be doing it with you. I have to find those hours again, but I'm going to do it because it was that powerful. So, it's an honor for me because I know what I've gotten out of it. I know friends and colleagues who've done it have also gotten that so much out of it. So, I'm really grateful to be here talking about it today. And what other questions do you guys have?
Julie, I don't have a question, but I want to say how authentic you are. Is like seeing you and your journey to Marie has been just pretty inspirational. and you totally just attracted that to her. And I love how you live out everything that you teach and everything that you are. So thanks for doing what you're doing, and keep being the you as Chu.
You're awesome. Oh my God. Okay. I did not pay him to say that. That was really nice. And I'm blushing. Thank you so much, Eric. And I'm remembering like a few years ago when we were having coffee and I'm like, have you heard of Marie Forleo? She's amazing. She's the best thing ever. She inspires me. So, hey, thank you for saying that. That's really kind. Well, I guess the thing is, I just feel when you get in alignment with who you're supposed to be, and all of us have different, unique, individuated purposes, that there's a reason we have these gifts. And so this for me was just an amazing vehicle that helped me to be more of my me as me. And so I want that for everybody, because I know it feels amazing to be able to make a difference in the world and to expand and see people feeling better about who they are. And whatever it is that you're doing, I'm assuming you feel passionate too. So anyhow, Eric, thank you. Let me just check. We got another question. So are you saying the community are people who have taken B-School? Oh, the Facebook community. That's a great question. So there's the Facebook community of those that have taken B-School that you get into after, and then there's the community of those in B-School. So you have people that are taking it with you, and then afterwards you become part of like a graduate, like an alumni B-School community. And then there's a couple offshoots. So I'm part of, there's a group that's like woo-woos for B-School, those that are into more spiritual things, which those who know me well is me. So then I get to connect with other B-Schoolers who are into like more woo-woo stuff. Not that you have to be that way, but you will be part of a group of those enrolled. And then when you quote unquote graduate, i.e. when the program is over, it runs for 8 weeks. You have it for a lifetime, but she'll drop content for 8 weeks every week, and it's very clear. Then you're part of an alumni Facebook group, and that has been a very, very powerful group. I've not only gotten business that way, but also connected with like-minded people that have been really helpful. And like I'm working on, redoing part of my book again and want to get feedback. I know that I'm going to share that in that group. When I launched my online course, I asked people what they thought about the copy. So so it's really powerful. That in itself is also very powerful. Do I know therapists who have taken B-School? Oh yeah. There's tons and tons of therapists, counselors. I mean, she kind of jokes that like, if you have some sort of business, you can take B-School. It's not, it doesn't matter your trade or what you're doing. But yeah, in fact, I know, I think someone we know in common I can share with you after, who's done B-School, who is a therapist, for sure. She has tons of coaches, yoga therapists, Reiki masters, counselors, life coaches, anyone in that kind of arena, for sure. But there have been people in there that do totally different things than I do. I know lawyers that have taken it. I've seen, what did I see recently? Somebody who's in real estate. There's a lot of people actually in real estate in there. So yeah, I hope that helps. So would you associate that with like a TAB mentoring system? You know what, Teresa, I am not sure. Terrace, I'm sorry. I'm not sure if I know what a TAB mentoring system is. Do you mind telling me a little bit more? Business Owner Advisory Board. Okay. So I would say it's not a business owner advisory board per se. I think that's what you're asking. I hope I'm getting this right. But because you end up with a community, okay, good, of people that are frankly out to create change in the world, usually, if not type A, playing a big game, all over the world. There are people from all over the world doing this program that have gone through it, that are creating, that are successful in their careers. You end up having what I would say kind of naturally, organically is an advisory board, but I would have never categorized it that way. So it's basically anyone that's gone through B-School can be part of the Facebook community. And then I've seen, I'm on there almost every day, people connecting with folks all over the world that have gone through it and leveraging it both to meet new people, to connect, to enhance their own business, to run ideas. So it does end up becoming an advisory board. But that's a good question, Terrace. I'd never heard it asked that way. Did that give you a sense for that question? Yes. Okay, good. All right, guys, we have a couple more minutes because I want to make sure that we end at 1 so that I'm not taking too much of your time, although I so appreciate you being on the call. Any other questions? Anything else that I can answer? Okay, I'm gonna take that. Let me make sure everyone's unmuted. Any last questions? You're all unmuted. If you have anything you want to ask me or put in the chat box. Okay. Well, a couple things, and you feel free to type in the chat box if you do have a question. So a couple things. One, thank you guys so much. Thank you to each of you for your time today, for being willing to spend your time with me and to learn more. I believe in each of you and what you're doing. I certainly would only share what I really, really have either done myself and believe in and feels made a big difference. And I hope that this has been helpful. I think it's a phenomenal program. It'd be awesome to you go through it and we can chat about it after. And if you want to talk more after this for any reason, just send me an email or a little note before before we leave, or send me an email or text me, and I'm happy to talk to you more. There is no pressure whatsoever. I don't believe in that at all. I believe you got to know in your gut. You probably have a sense right now if it's for you or if not, or if it's not for you. And I would just say, even if you're a little scared, because that came up for me, and you are feeling like you're leaning to it, to just do it. It is so worth it. And if it's not feeling for you, then hey, cool. Then you learn something new, and maybe another time or maybe not. And if you do sign up today, you have my link. It's julieriesler.com/bschool. You'll get my bonus, yay! And I'll add in a coaching session for 30 minutes, which would be fun. So again, no pressure. Do whatever feels right. Thank you, Rochelle. Thank you, everybody. I am honored to be able to do this. It was a big game changer for me in my business, and no matter what you choose, I just wish for you unbelievable joy and prosperity and the ability to really live out your USU, who you are, in a way that's going to be powerful to the world, that's going to serve for the highest good of yourself and all that are around you. That's my intention. So I'm going to stay around for another minute or two, and feel free to ping me. If not, feel free to follow up with me after. And either way, I'm sending you guys love and light. And thank you for joining me today. Bye.